What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Family Nutrition Seminar. I am Coach Braden. I am the registered dietitian at CrossFit Cadre. If I do not know you, to everyone, welcome. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so much, and I hope that you get some good knowledge and insight out of this presentation. So, without further ado, let us hop in. So family nutrition, 3 tips for healthy families. I want you guys to start by asking yourselves the question, what is the most difficult thing about keeping your family healthy? Is it your kids are picky? Is it you don't have time to cook healthy stuff or go grocery shopping? Is it you don't know what to cook or how to cook? Or the kids don't know how to cook, but they need to cook on their own a lot of times. These are all common issues that arise in the family household and results in poorer nutrition for the adults and for the children. To start, nutrition is in our DNA. We are human. We know how to eat. If we were 100% in tune with our bodies and brains, it would be easy to eat healthy. We would have no issues whatsoever, but the issue comes into play with the American diet. Yes, America has made it relatively difficult for us to eat healthy, but very easy for us to eat conveniently. That is what we want, is convenience, right? Everyone wants convenience, fast food, box food, canned food, ready to eat meals. All of these things are very, very easy, but they're not that nutritious, unfortunately. So the American diet, it is supersized. We have large portions, much larger than we need. We have a lot of processed foods, so foods that go through a lot of steps that sometimes have nutrients removed in those steps before they get to us. And we have a lot of added sugars in our diet because sugar sells. It is a simple fact. We are wired as humans to seek the micronutrients that our bodies need, actually. For example, if you eat a lot of foods that are high in calories, you're giving yourself energy, albeit it may be short burst energy, but you are not getting micronutrients from a lot of processed foods and foods with added sugars. So our brains will essentially tell our bodies that, no, we aren't full yet. We need more vitamins and minerals, more micronutrients in order for us to be fully satiated, okay? So our brains are powerful. Our brains will actually tell our bodies, hey, keep eating until you give me what I want, which is the micronutrients and those vitamins and minerals. Very smart. During the Paleolithic era, during the caveman times, we ate the same as we need to eat now. A lot of fruits and vegetables, meats, lean meats, whole foods. Whole foods is where it is at. Granted, we don't have to go out and hunt and gather for our own food now. We have access to food 24/7. This is a blessing and a curse as Americans, okay? Because we can get a lot of that food that is easily accessible, again, is not that nutritious for us. So we haven't evolved out of that DNA that we had during caveman times. Not enough millennia have passed for us to evolve as humans to handle all of this processed food and added sugar. If it will, I do not know. But what I know now is we still require whole foods, just like our ancestors. So I want to play a little game. I want you guys to guess the added sugar content of each of these products. We've got Honey Nut Cheerios, we've got Go-Gurt, yogurt tubes, and we've got Welch's Fruit Snacks. I'll give you guys a second to come up with your guesses per portion, how much added sugar per portion of each of these foods. Okay, here are the answers. Cheerios, 12 grams of added sugar per cup. Go-Gurt, 6 grams of added sugar per tube. And Fruit Snacks, 11 grams per 15 pieces of added sugar. So that is almost a gram of added sugar per little tiny fruit snack for those Welch's fruit snacks. And you may be thinking, man, I really thought some of these, especially the Cheerios, are pretty good for me. Marketing is sneaky. Marketing is very, very sneaky. Honey Nut Cheerios are actually not that great. Regular Cheerios are definitely a better choice, but most cereals in general are not great choices. Most breakfast foods, actually. Breakfast foods are one of the top sources of sneaky sugars in our diets. For example, muffins, pancakes, French toast, cereal, and Pop-Tarts. We are all so accustomed to eating these things for breakfast, but muffins are the same thing as cake. You ever thought about that? Oh, yeah, and you wouldn't go eating a slice of cake for breakfast. At least most of us wouldn't, that is. All right, tip number 1 of 3. It starts with the adults in the household. This could not be more true. The adults are the ones that influence the children, okay? They are the ones that buy the groceries. They're the ones that cook the meals, they prepare snacks, and they manage bedtimes. And as I said, they're one of the main influences on the children. Children watch what the adults do and they copy, especially if they're super young and they haven't started developing a lot of their own thoughts and feelings about certain actions. They're just going to copy what the parents are doing. So if the parents are not cooking themselves meals and going out for fast food all the time or buying pizza or eating a lot of sweets, the children are going to think that it's okay. And so they're going to do that themselves and grow up thinking that that's okay. Did you know that 1 in every 3 children in the United States are considered overweight or obese? Those numbers are staggering, okay? The rates of type 2 diabetes, which is usually lifestyle-induced diabetes in children, has skyrocketed in the past couple decades. It's quite staggering. Research has shown that an obese 2-year-old has a 75% greater chance of being obese at the age of 35, and that an obese 19-year-old has an 88% greater chance of being obese at the age of 35. Those are huge percentages. Those are very, very likely to become obese at the age of 35. Scary stuff, very scary. There's a lot. Children are malleable. I mean, even up to the age of 19, there's a lot of influence that the adults have on children. This is the plate method, okay? As you can see in this diagram, the left half is broken up into non-starchy vegetables, and this is taken directly from the American Diabetes Association. The right side is split into 2 halves. So we've got the healthy grains or starches up top and the lean proteins on the bottom. So this is essentially portioning out each meal what it should look like. Yes, there is the My Plate method. Thank you, Michelle Obama. However, it is not that feasible to get that many food groups in every single meal, right? There are 5 different food groups, and it would be very difficult to get each one of those in at every meal. So the plate method is here to make it a little bit easier for us to understand. And obviously, it doesn't have to be on a circular plate. If you have a bowl, for example, the ratio should be 2 to 1 to 1. So for example, 2 non-starchy vegetables, and then 1 to 1 is the lean protein and good carbohydrate. So here are some examples. I would highly recommend taking a picture of this. This is a very valuable tool that I use with most clients when I start working with them. Taking 1 day each week to plan out dinners for the week can help immensely with grocery shopping and meal prep. If you know what you're making ahead of time, you don't have to figure it out throughout the day. If you're at work and you're like, oh my gosh, like what am I going to make for dinner tonight for the family? If you have it planned out ahead of time, and especially if you have maybe some brown rice already prepared or a bunch of chicken thighs already prepared, boom, it makes dinner so much easier, and no one will be the wiser knowing that you cooked it ahead of time, because it's still going to taste delicious. Yes, it's okay. So again, it relieves a lot of decision fatigue daily because you don't have to wonder what to cook, therefore reducing a bit of potential stress daily, which is awesome. Plan time to cut veggies, cook meat, or prepare the grains for future meals when you get home from the grocery store. So just that time right after the grocery store when you got all of those ingredients and it's perfect timing, plan some time right then and there to prep all of these different foods. It's a good tip. Biggest things to keep in mind, the three big things: balance, variety, and moderation. Okay. What do these mean? Balance. You want to incorporate all the food groups into every meal and snack. As I said, there are 5 food groups, but I mean the non-starchy vegetable, the healthy carbohydrate or starch, and the lean protein. Ideally, getting all these in at every meal. Some snacks, if possible, but snacks are a little bit trickier just because they're smaller portion sizes, obviously. So protein, carbohydrates, and healthy fats are the 3 main macronutrients. The protein and the carbohydrates are going to be incorporated with using the plate method already. Usually the healthy fats come into play in terms of the oil that you use, which I recommend extra virgin olive oil for cooking, or in maybe some nuts or seeds that you include in a meal or snack, or avocados are a great source, or some sort of dairy product has some fat in there, some healthy fat for you. So balancing your plate will help you stay full and satisfied throughout the day. Okay. For example, veggies, you could do fresh, you could do frozen, you could bake your vegetables, such as making some kale chips. You can grill vegetables, or you can air fry vegetables. If you have an air fryer, that is next level. We'll talk about that later. Lean protein, this includes chicken breasts, lean ground turkey, eggs, beans, and nuts. Low-fat dairy, we've got milk or milk products such as low-fat cheese or cottage cheese, and low-sugar Greek yogurt. So no added sugar, because Greek yogurt can be sneaky with that added sugar. Whole grain examples include rice, pasta, sprouted sandwich bread, which essentially just means 100% whole grain bread, or wraps, quinoa, or tortillas. Corn tortillas are a better choice than flour tortillas. So that's balance. Okay. Moving on to variety. Different colors of foods actually mean different vitamins and minerals, which is great. Nature gave us a helping hand in that matter. Okay. Trying to eat the rainbow and having different colored fruits and vegetables throughout the day is what our bodies want. Our bodies are built for variety. Okay. They're built to consume all these different colors of fruits and vegetables each day. Moderation. When you eat a healthy diet, you will start to feel better and have more energy. Stick with the plan. And if you want one treat a week, enjoy it, then move on. Okay, so what this is saying is, yes, everyone eats unhealthy stuff sometimes. That's okay. As long as you eat about 80% healthy whole foods most of the time, that last 20% or so can be a bit unhealthier, and treat yourself, because everyone likes a good brownie or some mac and cheese. It's hard to resist. I get it. I love brownies. Here we go. Next slide. Oh, there it is. Okay. Moving on to tip number 2. Okay. Getting the kids involved. This is a fun one. Getting the kids involved will get them excited about cooking, and ideally about healthy eating. If they're actually playing a part in the food that they are creating, they're going to be much more inclined to eat that healthy food. Okay, especially at a young age. Get them excited about it. Encourage them to cook with you or help prepare the snack. Let them pick one dinner per week from a list of healthy dinners you have made in the past. So things that you know you can make well and that the kids enjoy and that are healthy. Bring those back up again and let the kids pick one of them for the week. For maybe a Friday, the kids get to pick. Offer several healthy options from each food group and let them choose what to pack in their lunch is another great option. So instead of just packing them whatever you think they want, and they bring home a full lunchbox every day and they say, hey, I don't want to eat this because it's gross, offer different healthy options for each food group. So for example, give them a couple non-starchy vegetable options, give them a couple grain or starch options, give them a couple protein options, and let them pick what their favorites are. Okay. Have them help pack their own lunch as well, because again, they'll probably be more inclined to do it in the future if they do it with you. Bring the kids grocery shopping. Some places even have kids carts that they can just push around and help you shop. But if they go to the grocery store with you, don't let them pick unhealthy foods. Okay, this is a big one because it can be very, very difficult to resist that cute little face sometimes. So try not to let them get you to pick unhealthy foods and take them home and keep them in the house. And then block off time for meal prepping with the kids as well if they're interested in helping out. Okay. Kids are curious little creatures, aren't they? They want to learn badly. They want that knowledge. They want to soak it up in those malleable brains of theirs. Allowing them to help out can help their curiosity thrive while teaching them at the same time. It's killing two birds with one stone. You're helping them feed that curiosity while also educating them on what is healthy eating at the same time. It's beautiful. Nutrition labels, they are your best friend in the grocery store, okay? When you're in the grocery store, it's going to take a little bit more time to look at the ingredients list, or the nutrition labels, but it's worth it, okay? Mainly the ingredients section of the nutrition label is what you want to look for. If there are a lot of ingredients that you can't pronounce, a lot of very sciencey words that you cannot pronounce, usually it's not a great choice. That means there's a lot of chemicals in there. Or one of the first three ingredients is something along the lines of sugar or syrup, such as high fructose corn syrup or processed sugar. Don't buy it, okay? That means, so ingredients are listed on nutrition labels in order of weight in the product. What does that mean? That means if high fructose corn syrup is the first ingredient on an ingredients list, that means the majority of that product per serving is high fructose corn syrup. We don't want that. No, no, no. We want ingredients labels that have a lot of maybe the word organic in it, or foods that you can actually pronounce and recognize quickly, okay? Usually also the less ingredients there are, the more whole food it is and the better choice it will be for you, okay? Getting kids involved in the kitchen also helps to build their own independence, okay? Because they're gonna be off at college or wherever one day. They're not gonna live with you forever. So if they never learn how to cook at home, they're gonna have to teach themselves, and it could be much more difficult of a task for them doing it on their own than doing it at home, starting off young with the help of the adults. Kids in the kitchen. Purchasing a kid's knife, which is usually just like a plastic knife, so it's not as sharp, but can still cut relatively easy to cut things. If you feel they are ready to start learning how to cut food. So if you feel they are ready, they are able to handle even a kid's knife, because it can be sort of dangerous still, okay? So you want to be careful and be with them and educating them on how to handle a knife and what to do with it when you're cleaning it and all of these different things. They're very dangerous, but they're a valuable tool that kids should eventually learn how to use. So purchasing a kid's knife is a great option, okay? Letting them measure the ingredients using measuring cups or spoons is another great idea, okay? That's a very easy way. Instead of cutting and giving them something sharp, just allow them to measure out the flour in a recipe, or let them measure out the chicken, the weight of the chicken in the recipe or something like that. Okay. Teach them how to use the scale. These are all valuable things. Ask them how much of an ingredient they would need, should they need to have double or half of the recipe. So give them a little bit of math problems, test their math skills, and say, okay, so this recipe serves 2 people. So if we were trying to serve 4 people, how much of each ingredient would we need? And see if they can answer it. Do that basic math. Other ways they can help. Food preparation. So they don't even have to help with the cooking part or the preparing part. I'm sorry, this is the preparing part. They don't have to help with the cooking part. They could wash the vegetables or fruits. They could peel either of those. They could tear up some herbs or spinach or lettuce and put it in a bowl for a salad. They can chop, like I said, if they're ready and they have that kid's knife, they can chop up some vegetables or herbs or fruits and maybe put them in a bowl for a fruit salad or something. Assist with the cooking. So maybe it's the assembling of a dish or aka plating of a dish, letting them put the food on the plate and making it look pretty. So that they want to eat it more, because that is a big part of eating, is visualizing the food and seeing it. Does it look good? They can stir some sort of sauce maybe that you're making together. They can season, they can create. If you want to allow them to actually just throw some ingredients together and see how it tastes, let them do that. Let that curiosity thrive again. That is the best way to learn how to cook, is to realize that cooking is creativity. Okay. How do we get all these recipes that we have in the world? It was trial and error. Okay. We just have to put things together and hope that they taste good. There's a great person on Instagram called Flav City, aka his name is Bobby Parrish. Highly recommend looking him up. He and his daughter are adorable. She helps him shop at the grocery store. I mean, this girl is literally like 2 or 3 years old, and she has her own like kitchen set up in their house, and she will prepare like her own peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So if you need some inspiration, give him a follow. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing what she can do. Some ideas for kid-friendly snacks. Snacks are one of the top places to find processed foods and added sugars because we need them on the go. Grab and go stuff is difficult to come by, okay? However, there are plenty of healthy options that are easy to make for the kids that you can put in their lunches, that you can take with you on family trips, etc. Such as ants on a log, which is celery with peanut butter and raisins, some turkey and hummus roll-ups, peanut butter toast with fruit. That is, oh my gosh, some Elvis toast. That was my jam in high school. Woo! I had that every morning. The peanut butter toast with banana on top. Super yummy. Maybe a little drizzle of raw honey. Yep. And energy balls are another great option. Super easy to make. Put everything together in a bowl, roll them up, and then put them in the fridge. Good to go. Again, creativity. Snacks are a great place to let that creativity thrive. Have fun with it. Make it look fun. The ants on a log, call it ants on a log because it's fun. They're like, oh, I'm going to have ants on a log. Ha, 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 ha. It's great. Make fun shapes or animals with the food. Or make one day of the week a try day where the kids try a new food. This is a really, really good idea because the more foods that they're exposed to, especially when they're super young, they're less likely to have allergies actually because they're going to be exposed to more stuff. Their bodies are going to be exposed to more stuff. And they're going to like more foods as they get older. They're going to be much less picky eaters, which is what we all want. Hydration. Highly recommend getting every child a reusable water bottle. This is a great tip for anyone, honestly. A lot of these are, but especially the hydration goal, carry it with them all the time. Have them take it to school, put it in their backpack. You take it to work with you. Okay, take your own water bottle. You can flavor the water with real fruit and veggies, such as cucumber, mint, lemons, and strawberries are some common ones. They actually give it some extra vitamins and minerals as well, which is great. Encourage them to drink 6 to 8 cups of water per day. That is not that much. When you think about it, a cup is only 8 ounces. Okay, so you can get a lot of 8 ounces is pretty small. You can get a lot more water in than you think per day, or make a fun challenge out of it. So see who can drink the most water in the family for a day or something like that. As I said, exposing kids to cooking helps spark a positive relationship with nutrition early on. Okay, the earlier you can help that love of healthy eating thrive, the better you will be. Okay. As for the trying the new food option, it usually takes about 10 to 12 times of trying a new food for someone to like it. This is common for adults as well. Just because they didn't like it the first time doesn't mean they will never try it, never like it. Try cooking it another way, or even sneak veggies into dishes they wouldn't expect to find veggies in. It's not lying. It's just not telling them what they don't know. Sneaky, sneaky. Here are some fun ideas. We've got sort of a rendition of ants on a log, except they made it into a snail on the bottom there with an apple slice and some pretzels and chocolate chips. We've got a nice vegetable flour top left, and then we've got some fun owls using hopefully regular Cheerios, because we know how much sugar is in Honey Nut Cheerios now, on rice cakes, those owls. Lots of fun ideas if you just search online, healthy kids snacks. Tip number 3, use a variety of cooking methods and tools. This is more for the adults, okay? Cooking meals for the children. I get it. Cooking for multiple people can become very tiresome. That is completely normal, okay? But there are so many tools out there that can make your life easier, and so many methods that allow you to just set and go. Baking, frying, searing, roasting, stewing, and broiling. There's a plethora of ways to cook foods. For example, the crock pot. This thing is amazing. I use my crock pot all the time. Just throw some bone broth in there, low sodium bone broth with some sort of meat, some vegetables, some spices, some salt and pepper. Turn it on for about 4 hours or so. That's the minimum time. And then come back to it and it's prepared and you've got food for the whole family, if not more, if not leftovers, right? The nice thing about this, you can set it and forget it. You can use it for soups, meats, vegetables, potatoes, etc. I highly recommend getting a crock pot if you don't have one. We've got the air fryer. This thing is magical, okay? I recently bought myself an air fryer for about 30 bucks from Target, and I love it. You can cook so many different things in it. It's crazy. Potatoes, meats, fruits, and vegetables. It is healthier than deep frying, but you still get that crispiness on it because of the circulation of air that happens inside the air fryer. And it's quick. Turn on 400, turn on for about, the fish only take 10 minutes. Fish fillets take 10 minutes in the air fryer. That is so easy. It's so little. Some salmon fillets in there, good to go. Yes. Muffin tin. I wonder if you thought about this one, huh? Not just for muffins. You can make some egg scramble muffins. So put some scrambled eggs mixed with some cheese and some vegetables into each little section, and then put it in the oven and bake it. And then you've got some easy to go egg scramble muffins. Protein muffins. So making some your own muffins, but adding some protein powder for some added protein. And it's already pre-measured. They're all going to be even, which is great. The oven tray, the classic oven tray. This thing is actually great for one-pan meals, such as putting a vegetable, a meat, and a grain or starch on the same tray. For example, some halved potatoes with some broccoli and some chicken thighs all on the same plate, all on the same tray. Put it in the oven, cook it all together. Good to go. There's dinner. Boom. Easy. Don't have to tend to it. Great for prepping for future. I don't know why I put the word me in there. Apologies. And there are tons of recipes online for each of these tools and more, as well as kid-friendly recipes for the air fryer, for the crock pot, for the muffin tray. And there's more that I didn't talk about, but these are some of the more common ones that make cooking really easy. So just go online, search the method that you want to use and healthy, and usually a ton of recipes will pop up. Start trying them out, save the ones that you like. So in summary, our 3 tips: it starts with the adults in the household, get the kids involved in the cooking in the kitchen, and use a variety of cooking methods and tools. But there's still so much to learn, okay? There's a lot more for healthy family nutrition than just food, all right? Exercise. Are you playing with your kids? Are you yourself exercising daily? Are the kids getting some sunshine to get that vitamin D? Are you getting sunshine? Screen time. Social media can be a dangerous thing, very dangerous, okay? So be aware of the screen time that your children and yourself are putting in each day, and maybe try and limit that. Encourage them to go outside and play with some friends, or let them invite some friends over so that they can go outside and play a game. How much to eat, eating at school, that can be a big one, especially if they don't pack their lunch and you aren't in control of what their options are at school. That's a big one. Sleep routines, very, very important. Some call sleep the 4th macronutrient for good reason, because it is the foundation for good health. It truly is, okay? And then friends, do they have a good community around them that they can lean on if they need to, and that they can talk to and laugh with and have a good time? Almost everything for proper adult nutrition transfers over to child nutrition. There isn't a huge difference. Children usually just need some more calories because they are still growing. But everything else is pretty much the same. They're still humans. They're just tinier humans. Makes sense. The skills they learn now are going to help them immensely in the future. As I said, they are not going to live with you forever. Okay, they're going to have to learn how to act on their own, cook on their own, things of that nature. So teaching them now how to eat healthy is going to be very beneficial. Having meals with the family at the dinner table. There's a fun fact that I wanted to share with you guys. According to the University of Florida, research suggests that having dinner together as a family at least 4 times a week has positive effects on child development. Family dinners have been linked to a lower risk of obesity, substance abuse, eating disorders, and an increased chance of graduating from high school. That's a cool fact. That's really, really cool. They're powerful. They allow time for conversation, which builds community, which builds their social skills. It allows them for mindful eating, okay? So instead of eating in front of a TV, they're actually enjoying the food that they're consuming with their family, and it builds that family bond so much more. So family dinners, cannot stress the importance of those. So no questions. So some examples for super easy family recipes. I have 3 recipes here that I just wanted to share with you guys. Salmon, amazing choice. Omega-3 fatty acids, tons of protein. Can't recommend salmon enough, all right? This takes only 15 minutes, serves 4 people. I got this from the cookierookie.com. And here are the ingredients. I highly recommend taking a picture of these recipes so that you can save them and use them at home. So I'll let you take a picture of that. I'm not going to go through how to prepare each of these. Here is how to cook the blackened salmon. Super, super yummy. And all of this stuff is quick and easy, all right? So take a picture of that. Here we go, using that crock pot that I talked about. If you have a crock pot, we're getting into fall, getting into that colder weather, chilly on a chilly day, nothing better. So yummy, okay? 8 hours, it sounds long, but it's because you're leaving it in the crock pot. So it's actually easy, okay? Set it and forget it, remember? Serves about 6 to 8 people. ingredients are there. Here are the instructions. I mean, look at that. Come on, how much easier can that get? Boom. Chili, yum. Who doesn't love chili? Overnight oats. These can be a lifesaver for breakfasts. If the kids don't like to cook or you don't like to cook in the mornings, you don't have time, something like that. Set it the night before, and then they have something that's even to go if they need to take it to go to school, or you yourself if you want to use these. Okay, so these are some banana bread overnight oats, but there are so many recipes for overnight oats online. Just search overnight oats recipes online and then scroll to your heart's content. Okay, here are the instructions. Again, 3 steps. Can't be easier. Again, thank you. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got some valuable stuff out of this. I cannot stress the importance of family nutrition and the influence on the children that the adults have. Okay. Again, all of this is good nutrition information for adults and for children. So use this for yourself, even if you don't have children or a family that you're trying to keep healthy. But if you do, hopefully these tips will come in handy and you can start implementing them immediately. Actually take action, okay? There's something, you can talk about it all day long, right? But until you actually put things into action and start practicing them on a regular basis, they will not become habitual. They'll be gone to the wind, okay? So actually put these things into practice. If you're interested in nutrition coaching for yourself or for someone in your household, go ahead and follow these 3 steps. Email nutrition@crossfitcadre.com or talk with me, Coach Braden, in the gym to set up an initial meeting time. You will meet with me and we will create a plan customized to you or whoever it is that is trying to get some coaching, and then take control of your health with support and accountability along the way from me. Okay, very beneficial. So guys, thank you so much. Again, I appreciate you attending, and I will see you in the gym soon.